Gotham City is mine now. 3 months ago, I took down the deadliest villains it had to offer. But just because I'm here doesn't mean criminals will disappear. Now some of them see me as a personal challenge. I'm going to have to stay a step ahead. Take tonight, for example.
Like taking candy from a baby. The baby being a secret government organization.
I don't know who you're supposed to be, but in case you didn't notice, this building's business hours are over.
Oh, I noticed. And my business never sleeps. I'm nocturnal. Tell me you're not this place's overdressed security guard.
I just go where the crime is.
You sure you want to cut this so short? You haven't even heard me purr yet.
You won't be purring once you're in Blackgate.
Target acquired. Target has the package. DEO Security Squad Omega in response.
I'm handling this.
You're on private property, interfering with private business.
We were just leaving. She's good.
Munitions team, secure the package. The rest of you, Batman is not to leave this rooftop.
What a lousy way to end a first date. I hoped you were a gentleman.
I was being gentle. Now tell me what you took.
Just some files, and I've already used this to send them to my employer.
You tell me what was in the files, and I'll see about getting you sent somewhere less dangerous than Blackgate.
I like a little danger. And besides, what's in those files isn't my business. My business is stealing them.
Gotham City Police! Keep your hands where I can see them!
Oh, he's good.
You're going to need a better way to get my attention, Gordon. I just happened to be listening to the police band.
I'm sure we'll think of something. Maybe if you gave us your cell number.
What do we know?
There was an explosion at Blackgate about 6 hours ago. They think maybe an escape attempt went bad.
And the inmates took advantage and overran the guards.
Afraid so. They're in a standoff with my men positioned outside the prison gates.
Hostages?
The entire prison staff.
Blackgate. Seems like we were just there.
You don't have to tell me.
I'll approach the prison from the riverside.
That side's impregnable. Practically a sheer wall down to the water. Batman. They're all in there. From petty thieves to the worst of the worst. And almost every one of them has a grudge against you.
Then they're about to get their shot. Get so popular, besides the obvious.
Hey, when things went boom, I was just gonna grab my suit and find a way out of here. Like you said, Blackgate's too intense for a sweet little thief like me. But then they jumped me, each trying to keep me from joining the other's side.
What do you mean, side?
The heavy hitters hate each other, especially Blackmask and Joker. They've all staked out their own territories inside the prison. The way I hear it, Penguin has the cell blocks and controls movement around Blackgate. He locked all the staff in a cell on Blackgate's lowest level, the Arkhamwing. Blackmask's taking charge of the prison's industrial complex. He decides where there's power and where there isn't. And the Joker's holding down the administration building, which has the computers that encrypt the codes for the locks on the Arkham cells. Here's the bad news. To get to the hostages, someone has to go to the industrial complex to restore power to the Arkhamwing, get through the cell blocks to get down there, and have the crypto sequencer that unlocks the hostage's cell.
This is shaping up to be a long night.
So let's spend it together.
Excuse me?
I can work the bad guys from the inside and feed you information as you work your way through the prison.
You're a criminal. Why should I trust you?
Because I have an incentive.
What do you want?
What you promised me to begin with. You can help get me somewhere less dangerous, where I can serve out a shorter sentence.
You mean someplace easier to escape from?
You think I want to see those innocent people down there hurt? I'm just a thief, not a psychopathic murderer like everyone else in here. But if you don't want my help, I'll be on my way, and you can take your chances alone.
Wait. No tricks.
For you, only treats. You gonna be able to find your way around okay?
I've got it covered.
I'll be in touch.
What kind of sick game is this, Turner?
Batman! Welcome to my arena! Much more entertaining than the usual exercise hour in the yard, I think. Your timing is perfect. We're fresh out of prison, guys, to challenge our reigning champion, Bronzetiger. Simple rules, gentlemen. The one that doesn't die keeps fighting.
Enough, Penguin. I'm not your puppet.
Tiger, you became my toy when you declined to join the ranks of my soldiers. Now, it's play dumb.
I'm sorry, Batman, but I'm sure you do the same in my position.
I wouldn't be in your position, Turner.
It was an accident.
Enough, Gavin! To the dead! To the dead, Batman! Finish him!
Just do it.
No! This is my arena, Batman! You're my toy to play with! Get in there! Make him pay for defying me! Get them both!
Penguin's yours, Batman. I'll hold the line here.
There's too many of them. You're hurt too badly.
He's got another crew deeper in the prison. I don't know what they're guarding, but it's something important. Go!
The entrance to the Arkhamwing.
Batman. Thanks.
Hurry up, fools! At this rate, I'll finish my entire sentence waiting for you. Fire!
Authorized personnel only in this area. And you're definitely not authorized.
Wrong, Batman. I've claimed this turf, and you're the one who's trespassing. With what's beyond this wall, I have everything I came to Blackgate to find. Then I'll show everyone who thought I was finished. Only the strong survive, like back in my arena. I intend to survive.
If I let you.
I'm sure we can be reasonable about this, Batman.
Tell me you're not going to try and bribe me, Penguin.
I'm talking common sense. I mean, obviously, I'm one of the least dangerous blokes in here. I mean, look at me.
I see someone who might not be a physical threat, but someone who is a master manipulator and schemer. Someone who's more than earned their place in this prison.
Oh, you flatter me, Batman. But what reason could there be to cage a poor, flightless bird like myself?
The best reason there is, Penguin. Keeping the people of Gotham safe from your criminal activities. Joker.
Hello, valued guest. Do you like what I've done to the place? I haven't quite finished. I'm sure you'll see more of my improvements as you go along.
I'm not going anywhere, Joker, and neither are you. You'll give me the codes for the crypto sequencer and we'll end this here.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to the Warden's office to finish my alterations, while you go find the Warden. I won't even make you search, that's how gracious a host I am. The Warden's in the conference room. He's tied up in a meeting, and tempers are running high. Getting explosive, you might say.
You know, Bats, I've always known you use your cape to disguise exactly where your body is. But I think this is the first time I've actually seen how it works. Nice.
What angle are you working here? Which of the three kingpins hired you?
All of them. Not that they know that. Triple pay for a single job. I told each one I'd be their man, protecting them from cops or whatever else tried to storm the prison. And bad news for you, Bats. You definitely qualify as whatever else.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, Deadshot, but you're gonna be collecting your triple fee in prison currency.
Why are you wasting your time with small fries? There are hostages down in the Arkhamwing that need help, remember?
I remember.
So try to keep your mind on rescuing. I'll watch your back.
Why do I not find that very comforting?
Men, they're so cute when they think they're in control of a situation.
Warden, are you hurt?
No, just angry this is happening in my prison.
Joker's gone to your office and barricaded himself in. Is there any other way to—
Yes, there's a panic hatch in my office behind the bookshelf. It leads down to the sewers beneath Blackgate. Prison board made me put it in just in case a riot got out of hand.
So why didn't you use it when things went crazy out there?
I wasn't going to leave my staff. The Joker must have found out about the escape hatch somehow. Came up through it and caught me.
I'll have to head to the industrial complex's sewer access and go down to go up. And Joker knows it. Warden, find yourself a safe place to hide until—
I won't hide while my people need me. A hard case like Blackmask can take my eye, but I'll never let anyone take my staff. You deal with the Joker. I'll help them.
Understood.
Ah, Batman! Now I can officially welcome you to my new winter, summer, spring, and fall home. Clearly you saw some of my new decorations along your way here. So tell me, what do you think of the place?
I think you're done playing house, Joker, and you're giving me the codes for the crypto sequencer. I want that key card, now.
These are my favorite decorations. I've attached these little gas canisters on a time release to all the prison's major air conduits. It started out as riot control gas, but I adjusted the recipe. Now, a small dose can give me control of the brains of the inmates and hostages. A large dose will turn those brains to succotash.
Shut off the time release, Joker.
No can do, Bats. Only the computer here can turn off the gas a-go-go, and it can only do that with the sequencer codes. And I just don't know where those are. Probably packed with the pots and pans. So much for a new homeowner to do. And speaking as a homeowner, I believe you qualify as a prowler on private property, and I'm within my rights to defend my property at all costs!
Use the crypto sequencer's codes. Shut down gas release. See if I can get an overview of the prison's systems. Oxygen flow to the Arkhamwing reading is normal, with no recent interruptions. Then why did Catwoman say—
The board's locked down. It can't be reversed?
No! No! Can I go now?
Yes.
full overload on all prison generators? Sionis is a lunatic. Every one of your gangland rivals is in Blackgate. Blowing this place leaves you the last man standing, if you escape. Do I have that right, Blackmask?
You hit the nail on the head, Batman. I came to this hole to close the books on my competitors, especially the Joker, and I can't let you stand in my way.
There are innocent lives at stake. I'm not letting you leave them to die.
Come on now. Did you think there's even a prayer of you stabilizing these generators in time?
You hit the nail on the head. Normal power flow restored across the prison. Now let's get the generator to the Arkhamwing back online. So much for the last man standing.
Gotta admit, I wasn't sure you could get it all done. I could tell you had the brawn. Boy, could I tell. But I didn't know you had such finesse, too.
I'm full of surprises.
I'll just bet you are. But you'll have to show me later. Right now, you've got everything you need to get into the Arkhamwing. Move your pointy ears and get there, now.
Wait! It's over. Release the hostages.
Thanks for getting me into his cell. I probably could have done it myself, but why take chances, am I right?
There never were any hostages. This was all about Bane from the very start.
All All the way back to you catching me on that rooftop. Sorry. Originally, the plan was for you to capture me so I could get into Blackgate and free him. But then you showed up here, so changes had to be made.
Why would you want Bane freed?
Believe me, I'd rather not go anywhere near that monster. I'm not suicidal. I just took this gig to pay off a debt.
To who?
Can't answer that, handsome. Employer confidentiality. As far as I'm concerned, I just have a package I'm supposed to pick up and deliver.
Catwoman, if whoever wants Bane powers him up again, do you know what will happen? How many people might be hurt or killed?
I don't think about questions like that. That's how I do my job and sleep at night. Right now, I need to take Bane out of here.
You'll have to go through me.
We'll definitely try that sometime, but this time you're going to just let me stroll on out of here.
Is that right?
Yeah, funny thing about Blackmask. When he's got a grudge, he'll work with anybody. He gave me overrides for some of the electrical junction boxes and showed me how to set him up to cause a big power surge that can blow up the whole prison. So I did.
How could you?
We can stay here and chat all day, or you can get moving. Since the bombs have timers on them, I know which one I'd suggest.
This isn't over.
I sure hope not. All right, big guy. Let's get the heck out of Dodge.
It's over. Release the hostages.
Thanks for getting me into his cell. I probably could have done it myself, but why take chances, am I right?
There never were any hostages. This was all about Bane from the very start.
All the way back to you catching me on that rooftop. Sorry. Originally, the plan was for you to capture me so I could get into Blackgate and free him. But then you showed up here, so changes had to be made.
Why would you want Bane freed?
Believe me, I'd rather not go anywhere near that monster. I'm not suicidal. I just took this gig to pay off a debt.
To who?
Can't answer that, handsome. Employer confidentiality. As far as I'm concerned, I just have a package I'm supposed to pick up and deliver.
Catwoman, if whoever wants Bane powers him up again, do you know what will happen? How many people might be hurt or killed?
I don't think about questions like that. That's how I do my job and sleep at night. Right now, I need to take Bane out of here.
You'll have to go through me.
As much as I'd like to, the truth is, you're going to just let me tippy-toe out of here with my skinny friend.
How do you figure?
Well, it turns out Joker's not such a bad guy, once you get to know him. He gave me a bunch of presents, and I put little bombs in them and left them all over the prison for you to find.
How could you?
We can stay here and chat all day, or you can get moving. Since the bombs have timers on them, I know which one I'd suggest.
This isn't over.
I sure hope not. All right, big guy. Let's get the heck out of Dodge.
It's over. Release the hostages.
Thanks for getting me into his cell. I probably could have done it myself, but why take chances, am I right?
There never were any hostages. This was all about Bane from the very start.
All the way back to you catching me on that rooftop. Sorry. Originally, the plan was for you to capture me so I could get into Blackgate and free him. But then you showed up here, so changes had to be made.
Why would you want Bane freed?
Believe me, I'd rather not go anywhere near that monster. I'm not suicidal. I just took this gig to pay off a debt.
To who?
Can't answer that, handsome. Employer confidentiality. As far as I'm concerned, I just have a package I'm supposed to pick up and deliver.
Catwoman, if whoever wants Bane powers him up again, do you know what will happen? How many people might be hurt or killed?
I don't think about questions like that. That's how I do my job and sleep at night. Right now, I need to take Bane out of here.
You'll have to go through me.
Well, that does sound tempting, but I think I'd rather just walk on out with no problem, and that's what you're going to let me do.
Oh, am I?
That Penguin, he loves to make deals, and he hates you. He gave me some of his hostages, and I strapped bombs to them and plopped them down all over Blackgate.
How could you?
We can stay here and chat all day, or you can get moving. Since the bombs have timers on them, I know which one I'd suggest.
This isn't over.
I sure hope not. All right, big guy. Let's get the heck out of Dodge.
Who were you working for? Who wanted Bane?
I already told you I don't know. I was hired anonymously and received my orders the same way.
And you just went along with that?
Let's just say I was made an offer I couldn't refuse. What if I made you an offer you couldn't refuse?
Federal authorities, step away from him, Catwoman.
I said step away. I won't say it again.
Identification, now.
Captain Rick Flag, Batman.
Never heard of you.
Believe it or not, Batman, there are federal operations you know nothing about, because it's better that way. We're securing the facility. Thank you for your assistance. We'll return her to custody.
Captain, this entire operation was a cover to break Bane out of this cell. Now he is out there.
And we grabbed him before he even made it to the docks. You saved a lot of lives tonight, Batman. You should be proud.
Careful.
With this guy? He's practically a rutabaga. Look at him.
Such a generous guard giving me the shirt off his back. All clear back there.
Down, you fool! Get me down!
I want to do a little less ordering and a little more politely asking, Penguin.
As long as I'm paying you, I'll speak to you however I please, fool. Now, did you bring what I requested from the prisoner belongings lockup? Well, at least you've done one thing right today. You know, I thought it'd be easier to run my empire from in here than outside where a bat could interfere. Oh well, I've many bases of operation in this city. How many men do we have?
120 outside. 12 in here.
I think you mean 11. And hopefully, they won't have as much trouble taking orders as you did.
All of Blackmask's messing with the generators freaked out the heating and cooling systems. The quick expanding and contracting of the pipes weakened them for sure.
The Joker! All I want is the Joker! Let him go!
Why not? He's worthless to me compared to the clown.
No!
Where'd he go?
I don't know. But the Joker better watch his back.
Catwoman? Released per your orders, Director, with an expunged record and the secret thanks of a grateful nation. Though I don't know why we don't keep a leash on her. She didn't accomplish her primary mission. We had to give Bane back to save face.
Time enough for that, Captain Flag. Catwoman did do us a great service.
And what's that, Director Waller? Leading us to those two degenerates?
You see degenerates, Captain? I see soldiers.
sorry to disturb you, Director. You asked to be notified when the feed from Blackgate was running? As you can see, there have been some unexpected developments.
There's too much risk of our exposure. You need to pull the plug.
I make the decisions on this op, and I say we keep going. There's something to be gained here. He was this close to beating Batman hand to hand. Impressive. We could use a marksman and an expert in firearms.
I don't like it. Deadshot's an unstable personality.
Personality's not a qualification for the job I want him for.
They must have done a job on you in there. Can't you go any faster? Move it!
Catwoman!
Get out of here. I'll catch up. You just can't get enough of me, can you?
Let's get this over with.